Friends, countrymen, nerds, I know the scene before you may feel relatively innocuous, but within the confines of this brown package lies a grail item for me, a figure that I have been wanting for just the longest time.
What's in the box, you say? Why, this is a box of dreams come true, children. Dreams come true.
That is correct, good people. I have managed to get my hands on a Robots in Disguise Scourge. Complete with trailer and his instructions and all of his accessories. Snoochy boochies!
Where does he get those wonderful toys?
Snakes alive, I really cannot tell you just how excited I am to be adding this guy to my collection. I can remember when the cartoon came out, having no knowledge of its existence, and then just randomly catching one episode, and the first episode that I happened to catch was the episode where Scourge was created. No, not Nemesis Prime, his own dude in his own twisted right, Scourge. I'll just show you, because it's badass, and I love it.
Megatron just grabbed the last pod!
Yes, and soon the last of your fellow Autobots will answer only to me!
Hey, Prowl, what's up with the tanker truck? I'd better check it out. That tanker is the one they use to refuel the space shuttle. It's loaded with 10,000 gallons of rocket fuel.
It's over 9,000! Then that tanker is the perfect choice! As the vehicle for the last part to scan, the energy in that rocket fuel will make it the most powerful Decepticon of them all! Well done, Optimus! Thanks to you, I can now begin scanning that tanker! Scourge! Transform! You are infused with my spark, but also that of Optimus. Are you Decepticon, or are you Autobot? Answer me!
"2,000 years later.
I have only one purpose, to serve Megatron. Optimus Prime, the next time we meet, you will cease to exist, I promise you. Decepticons, follow me! Yes, sir!
So that's right. Part super 10,000 whatever liters of rocket fuel. 1 part Optimus Prime. All big rig energy.
That's a kind of twisted poetry.
Honestly, he was the best thing about that series. My character is rich and nuanced. I lead the Decepticons, but at times show empathy like Optimus Prime. It just seems particularly poignant now that we know we're getting Scourge as part of like the Velocitron set. I mean, I love Laser Prime, so I was always going to get Laser Prime, but if I could only have a legacy Laser Prime or a legacy Scourge, I would go Scourge, even though his deco doesn't quite match this. It's cool, but like, you know, this is so classic. Somebody did do a Digibash, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure who that was. I'll try my best to credit them for this image in down below in the below bits, in the upside down. My blade cuts through to the upside down. Rocket fuel! So this character comes from the 2000-2001 Robots in Disguise series, but the mold itself is based off G2 Laser Prime, which is like a 1995 mold. I think he's like the forefather of, you know, modern articulation. He's essentially like that fish that first hauled itself up onto land and was like, air, I am the future. 95. Can you believe that? And look at him go. Look at him wiggle. Look at him wiggle.
So I'd like to see you wiggle, wiggle, boy. sure.
So this is the American release. If it was the Japanese release, he'd have the G2 Autobot logos upside down, which was so they didn't have to remold the discs that he comes with. The Japanese version still has the G2 Autobot logos on the discs. My version of Laser Convoy uses this mold, even though it's like, you know, so I don't have logos on the discs. It's a tangled web we weave. So in terms of articulation, you get a good amount out of the shoulders, as much as you'd need. I do think they can go 360, but I'm not game to try it on a figure that is this old. He's got side movement there, elbow bend, bicep swivel, no wrist, but that's fine because they used to be electronics. Waist swivel with a toasty ratchet. That head's only on a swivel, but you can kind of, I don't know, cheat it a tiny bit with the way that centerpiece transforms. Universal at the hips, decent knee, and a little bit of back on the toe from transformation. Again, how good this figure is really highlights for me the shortcomings of the Legacy version. I mean, come on, would this have been so hard? It used to be able to do this with electronics in it. I'm pretty positive this version doesn't actually have the electronics. The times they are a-changing. But I don't really care. He looks so good. To modernize this sculpt, all they really had to do was give it, you know, that surface detailing and more modern lines, add a thigh swivel and an ankle tilt, and it literally would have been better than what we've gotten with the Legacy. I am still gonna go and get that version of Scourge though. You just watch me. So this super rad sword that I can't quite bring him to put down is not his only, you know, battle accessory. He's also got, you know, his wicked shoulder cannons that you see him use to full effect on the regular in the show. He's got this, pow, Grimlock-esque blaster. Clip, boom. So if this wasn't enough, we do know he also comes with that Primo Deluxo trailer. Spring-loaded. It always feels like it wants you to just let it flop open, but I'm not about that. That's a dangerous game. Ugh, look at that footprint. Now this is how you handle a trailer back in the day. This is just such an exciting array of action features and armaments. Extreme 90s badass overkill action. We got disc launcher. We got the world's most sensitive missile pods. His gun can go off on top, just for a little, I don't know, anti-aircraft action. And then, boom! This red rocket of doom. Now, I haven't super tested it yet. The theory is, this air pump will air hogs.
Air pressure.
No. Oh my god, it did something else, but that was a lot to ask. Anyway. So, just before we get into his righteous vehicle mode, let's have a look at a couple of quick comparisons, shall we?
None can compare.
True. You know, Robots in Disguise was really pretty progressive for its time, seeing as Scourge has two dads. So, let's have a look at the first. Optimus Prime. They actually scale together really nicely. And then here he is, next to Megatron. My dark spark burns within you.
No one!
Don't you feel like this is one of the first sort of show/toy lines where they actually managed to come close to achieving an on-screen scale with the figures? I appreciated it. It definitely started something. And here he is next to Super Optimus. Whoop! Because I can, here he is alongside Legacy Prime and Earthrise Prime. Well, Netflixy Earthrisey Prime. He's the coolest of the three, right? What a missed opportunity this jerk was. And here he is along OG Mold Mates, which should tell you something about how much I love this mold, that I've got these three. I really should have just gotten that ghosty one as well to go with it, but what do? Rage!
Then again, maybe not.
Alright, good people. Let's have a look at that vehicle mode. I'm quietly confident that I can just get this done in a real-time one-shot dealio, if I'm being honest. Because it's not that hard. Boom. God, look at this mean machine, would you? He can also, of course, hook himself up to that monster trailer. That just looks good. There is just so much to like about this. I also think it's pretty cool that he doesn't have Optimus's, like, gaudy stickers. No need to advertise here. Scourge speaks for himself. And that, good people, is that. Thank you so much for coming with me on this trip down memory lane. Hope you enjoyed yourself. I know I did. Who out there like me is wishing that the new Legacy version more closely resembled this color scheme, right? A little too Nemesis Prime-y for my taste, but anyway, I now have this one. Thank Primus. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed yourself, ring all them bells, click the clicks, and be sure to hit me up in the comments, because I have a wonderfully nerdy time there. Ta-ta.